Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this October the 12th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody has a great Thursday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Friday and Saturday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches, Warning, and Advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center tropical weather page at the end of this broadcast. So stick around to the entire video and do not miss a beat of this forecast. And if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You're in. You get my forecast twice per day unless something comes up. And also tell your friends, family, neighbor to subscribe to the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel if they like to learn about the weather forecast as well. All right. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Shower up here around portion of northern Maine, New Brunswick area, and also some mixed precipitation in portion of Maine. Also down in the portion of New Hampshire, and also in the portion of Vermont and southeast Canada. Alright, we got some shower activity over around Pennsylvania, New York State, also over toward Michigan, the Great Lakes, all the way back over to Minnesota, and also through the Dakotas. We got some showers and storms standing down here across Florida, around Miami, up towards Georgia, the Carolinas, up toward the Washington, D.C. area, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Nebraska, back through Missouri, through Kentucky and Tennessee as well. Alright, we got some showers and storms out in northern Mexico and also some southern portion of Texas. Some shower activity over portion of Arkansas. We have some mixed precipitation over here in portions of Nebraska and also South Dakota. The red slashed area over here in portion of Michigan, back in the Illinois and Wisconsin region. Some heavy rain and flash flooding possible. Also, we have some mixed precipitation over portion of Wyoming, also in the portion of Montana. Same up here around Vancouver, Canada, through Seattle, Washington. We have some shower activity extending from areas of Washington State through Oregon and Northern California. Dry high pressure expected to remain in control for much of Canada, from the southeast back to the southwestern portion of Canada, portion of Maine down in the portion of New York State, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, down toward New Jersey, and also down toward the Delaware and the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Alright. Dry conditions expected also from the Panhandle of Florida all the way up toward Arkansas, back into Texas, northern and central Mexico, to Gulf of California, California all the way to Oregon and Washington State, back to Montana through the portion of Dakota, northern Minnesota, also through Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma and Arkansas regions as well. All of this is for your Friday. Alright, now let's move on to some shower activity up here around New Brunswick, also in the portion of Maine as well. Also some shower activity up here in portions of the Great Lakes region, northern Wisconsin, and also in the northern Michigan. Same over here around Nebraska as well. Got more shower activity over here in the Pacific Northwest, over here around Vancouver and the southern Canada, back in the Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and California regions. Well, northwestern California, that is. And also coastal waters vicinity as well. We got some showers and storms over southern Florida, down toward the Florida Keys. Also in the Carolinas, all the way up toward Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey region. Also all the way back over to Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, back through Kentucky and Tennessee as well. Alright, dry high pressure will be in charge of areas weather for areas of the central, let's say southeast, central, and southwestern portion of Canada. Also in the portion of Maine, back down to New Hampshire, Vermont, portion of New York State, northern Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, all the way back toward California, Gulf of California, much of northern and central Mexico, through Texas, all the way over to Louisiana. Also in the Panhandle of Florida, the Big Bend area of Florida, northern Florida, Georgia, ports of South Carolina as well. Also in the Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, and up toward Iowa and Missouri. Alright, all of this is for your Saturday. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar across the nation here. We're going to let it upload here real quick, and then we're going to zoom into some locations. Alright. Okay, as you can see here, we're going to zoom into the middle portion of the country right now. As you can see, we got showers over in portion of Montana through Wyoming, also down toward Denver, Colorado. Also over towards Kansas City, Kansas. Well, central Kansas, that is, excuse me. Up through Nebraska, South Dakota, all the way over toward Minneapolis, Minnesota, through Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Alright, northern portion of Maine, just east of Quebec, Canada. Alright, let's move on down south here. You can see here some showers and storms in the coastal waters, extending through southern South Carolina. Some ground clutter here, I think, or light precipitation. Central and southern Georgia, all the way down toward the Jacksonville, Florida area. More showers and storms, also just north of Tampa, between Jacksonville and Tampa, around the Orlando, Florida region, into the coastal water. Another little line of showers in the coastal waters of the Atlantic, all the way through between Tampa and Miami, Florida, back down into areas of the Gulf of Mexico. Cuba looks good, and the Bahamas look good as well. All right, let's take a look at the Watches, Warning, Advisory map for your location across the nation. All right, as you can see here, we got some coastal flood advisories for South Carolina. Fire weather watch has been posted for you guys down in southwest Louisiana. All right, we still got those gale warnings in effect from Maine all the way down to the Boston area. Also in the coastal waters from the Outer Banks of North Carolina all the way down to the east coast of Florida and out 20 to 30 nautical miles offshore. Also in the toward the Florida Keys, the west side of Florida as well. Gale warnings also up here around Michigan as well, and also up in the portion of this northern Wisconsin and Minnesota. We have more gale warnings from portions of Southern California all the way up to Washington State. All right. We got wind advisories in effect for much of South Dakota, portion of Nebraska, and also Kansas. We have red flag warnings in effect for areas of Kansas, back down in Oklahoma, and North Texas, and also in the portions of eastern New Mexico and central New Mexico as well. High wind warnings also been in effect for areas of much of eastern and central portions of New Mexico, also eastern Colorado, western portion of Nebraska, much of Nebraska. Western Kansas and much of Nebraska. We have a tornado watch also in effect for a portion of Nebraska as well. You can't see it much on the high wind warning. Kind of got some of the tornado watch in effect, but the tornado watch, you can see it over here, but there's more tornado watch over a portion of Kansas and also into portions of Nebraska. We'll see that in the Watches, Warning, Advisory map in just a few minutes. In the Storm Prediction Center forecast. Excuse me, getting ahead of myself there, folks. But anyway, we got freeze warnings in effect for portions of New Mexico, also portions of Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and also in northern and eastern portions of Arizona. We have frost advisory for portions of Idaho, and also freeze warning in effect for portions of northeast Oregon. We have winter storm warning, winter weather advisory, special weather statements for Montana and also in Wyoming there as well. Freeze watches also in effect for portion of Colorado. Alright, Alaska looks good. Got some freeze and spray warnings to the north. Also, we got some gale warnings and storm warnings to the south along coastal areas of Alaska. The Hawaii and Chain Island looks a-okay. Alright, now this is where we're going to be talking about the severe weather. As you can see here is that tornado watch. We'll see that in a minute. There's all the activity up here in the northern portion of the United States as the upper level low spins over portions of the central portion of the United States around Kansas and also Nebraska region as well. That's why they got the marginal slight risk there as well. They dropped the slight risk down here in portion of Florida, just a marginal risk now will clear out later on in later forecasts. Alright, the convective outlook, there you go. The general thunderstorms in the lighter green, darker green marginal risk, yellow is the slight risk area, dark green down into portions of Florida. This is the marginal risk. Current watches in effect. Here is the tornado watches that are in effect for Nebraska. I thought it was Kansas, but it's just for Nebraska at this time. MDS discussion is talking about the current watch in effect. Storm report came in this afternoon. We had 6 tornado reports. One was in Colorado, and the remainder of them was in portions of southern portions of Nebraska. All right, we had wind report. We had 5 of them. They pretty much took place in northern Florida, and I think a couple up here in portions of Nebraska as well. Hail report, we had 4 of them. 0 was large. They took place up in Nebraska as well. Everywhere else was clear of severe weather. All right, fire weather. This is what I showed yesterday. This is why they got the red flag warning in effect over here in this area. The yellow, the orange color here is the elevated risk. The red is the critical fire weather, extending all the way from New Mexico all the way into portions of Kansas, also Oklahoma, also into portions of North. Okay, I'm gonna give it another minute if we can. We'll go in another way, but here we go. All right, here's the tropical latitude 13.8 north, longitude 38.2 west. Moving it to the northwest at 10 knots for 12 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 1006 millibar, and the maximum sustained winds are 35 knots or 40 miles per hour. And Sean is expected to become a tropical depression. Should be coming up on Saturday afternoon or evening, and then a remnant low coming up on Sunday and Monday. To the current projections as we've seen this afternoon. Go back and check my video out. You'll see the details in that as well. All right, here's the system here, just off the African coast, which is now 94L. I discussed this in today's video as well. Shower and thunderstorm activity limited and disorganized this afternoon, associated with a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles to the south of the Cabo Verde Island. While environmental conditions are currently only marginally favorable for slow development over the next couple of days, they are forecast to become more favorable early next week, and a tropical depression could form by the middle of next week as the system moves generally westward across the eastern central tropical Atlantic. Right now it has a 10% chance of development and a 40% over the next 7 days. And this system here has a chance of maybe heading towards the Caribbean Sea. Let's take a look at the forecast cone on Sean. Let's see if it'll pull it up here real quick. And then we're going to end the video. Okay. Yeah, pretty much about the same thing what I showed this afternoon. Like I said, there's the wind field there, the yellow. Tropical storm through tomorrow afternoon. By Saturday morning, like I said, depression, and then a remnant low by Sunday. So that's pretty much in line with what we were thinking, and look like what they're still thinking as well. Alright, well, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday evening, folks. And